Hi guys, my name's Jess from Plant Powered Yoga, and today we'll be going through a beautiful shoulder releasing and shoulder opening sequence. I don't know about you, but I spend a lot of time at the computer and a lot of time on my phone, and so I'm hunching a lot through my shoulders, which is a common trait from a lot of us at the moment who are either desk bound or riddled with technology. So we're going to do some nice opening up through our shoulders. So starting either sitting on your heels or cross-legged, whichever's more comfortable for you. And we'll just start by just rolling the head. Just some half circles. Side to side. And then taking those into half circles on the back of the neck. And then just taking full circles. Taking them nice and slow. There's no hurry. And then to the other side. And then coming back to stillness and just rolling the shoulders up and back. Do this a few times. And then rolling them forward. Really just getting everything moving. Inhaling your arms up to the sky. Taking a hold of your right elbow with your left hand. And really bringing that nice and close. You can either stay here, or if you have the capability, you can reach your hand behind and grab hold of your fingertips. If you can't quite reach, just grab onto the piece of clothing, just your top that you have on. And really just pressing in, opening up. Bringing your hands back up to the sky, bending at the left elbow, taking hold of it with your right hand, and really drawing it in. Again, if this is enough, stay here, or if you'd like a bit more, bringing that right arm around and trying to reach for your left fingertips. Each side may be different. For me, this side I can't quite reach. Pressing in. Inhaling your arms back up. And then coming down into a nice tabletop. Our fingers are spread wide on the mat. Our knees are under our hips. Our toes are pressing into the ground. And our belly is switched on, like we're bringing our belly button towards our spine. Inhaling, reaching up with the right arm, twisting from the waist. Exhaling, bringing that arm underneath you and placing your right ear on the ground. Staying here or walking out those left fingertips. Bringing that hand back to your face, lifting up, opening up, bringing that right hand back down, readjusting if you need, lifting up with the left arm, twisting from the waist, exhaling, sweeping that hand underneath, taking your left ear to the floor, the hips are nice and high in the sky, and if you'd like, you can walk that hand forward even more. Bringing that right hand back to near your face, lifting up, opening up to the left side, coming back down. We're coming to puppy pose, so your knees and your heels and your toes will stay where they are. We're just going to walk our hands nice and forward, And then we'll place our forehead on the mat. Getting a deep release. Really pressing down into the hands, extending through the arms. Inhale, looking up, walking those hands back, bending at the knees, taking your knees as wide as the mat and coming into a wide-legged child's pose. And really reaching forward. Again, dropping your forehead to the mat. Inhale, looking up between your hands. Exhaling, walking your hands over towards the right side of the room. You might be able to sit your body on top of your right leg. Really keeping those arms nice and straight, and then just dropping the head down. Feeling a nice release into the left side of the body. Inhaling, looking up, and then walking all the way over to the left side. Really pushing through the hands, taking the head down. Looking up and coming back to center. And we'll take an alternate thread the needle here too. So keeping the left arm nice and straight, taking the right arm underneath your left arm and placing the ear to the ground. On your next inhale, coming back up, keeping both arms nice and straight. Now the right arm will stay straight, bringing the left arm underneath, placing your left ear to the ground. On your next inhale, coming back up, hands will be straight and your hands will press into the ground, coming up, tucking the toes under and pushing back into a down dog. You can have a slight bend in your knees here if you have tight hamstrings. Or maybe just walking out your dog. Pressing your hands into the floor. Your fingers are spread nice and wide. And then coming to stillness and really pushing the floor away with your hands. And you should feel your shoulders activate. Now try turning your armpits towards one another. And you should feel an even deeper stretch into the shoulders. Your head should be looking towards your feet. Walking your hands back a tiny bit, maybe like a palm print, so that your heels come flat on the ground. From here, raising your right arm, taking that over to your left ankle or leg, and really bending in through that right elbow, keeping that left arm straight. One more breath here. Exhaling, bringing that right arm back, lifting up the left arm, taking it over, grabbing hold of that right ankle or shin, and looking out underneath your right armpit, taking a bend in that left elbow, but keeping the right arm nice and straight. taking that arm back towards the center, and then just walking your hands back towards your feet. We'll inhale and take a half lift, bringing your fingertips to your shins. Your chest is proud, your neck is neutral. And then lowering down for a forward fold. Taking a generous bend in your knees, grabbing hold of opposite elbows. And just letting your head hang heavy. Really pressing your belly onto your thighs. You can take a little rock from side to side. Letting your arms dangle, placing them on the ground. Walking back out to down dog. Your last one of this session. See if you can feel a difference from the first time you were here. Bringing the knees down to the ground. Keeping the knees nice and close together this time for a closed leg child's pose. So this time we'll bring our forehead to the ground, over our knees, and our hands will go back behind us. Coming back up and rolling over onto one hip. Coming out, straightening your legs in front of you. Getting comfortable. Keeping the feet nice and relaxed. You can take a slight bend in the knees. We're going to come forward for caterpillar. So rather than really reaching forward towards our toes, we'll just start gently lowering the head and lowering the neck. Just coming down nice and slowly. And again, putting your belly on your thighs. The bend in the knees here is to protect our hamstrings and our lower back, as this is more of a stretch into our shoulders and our higher back. Again, letting the head release. And you should feel the back of the neck and the back of the shoulders really start to open up. And coming all the way back up. Shifting forward and lying down on your back. You can bring your feet out in front straight, or you can bring your soles of your feet to touch. And then just raising the arms, bringing your alternate elbows, taking a hold. Lying here for a few breaths. And swapping a hold of your elbows. So if you had one arm inside, take it to the outside. And just feeling a slightly different stretch. And then finally, letting everything go, bringing your arms out beside you, your legs out straight. And stay here for about 10 to 15 breaths. Then bring this beautiful open-shouldered feel into your day.